What if I told you that a group of Japanese doctors, well into their 90s, are still performing surgery and living with the energy of people half their age? Their secret isn't genetics or expensive supplements. When researchers studied hundreds of Japanese centenarians, they discovered a specific way of eating that can increase lifespan by up to 40%. Yet 95% of us do the exact opposite every single day. What is the one thing they do the moment they wake up that changes everything? And what is the simple food sequence that can slash your blood sugar spikes by over 40%? The answers will shock you. Stay with us on our journey of regeneration to find out. Number 7. The temperature secret that changes everything. Japanese longevity doctors have observed a fascinating principle for decades that Western medicine is only now beginning to validate. The temperature of your food profoundly impacts your health. Dr. Makoto Suzuki, after studying Okinawan centenarians for over 40 years, found a direct link between consuming warm foods and drinks and superior digestive health with lower inflammation. Here's the science. When you ingest cold foods or iced drinks, your body is forced to expend a massive amount of energy just to bring that substance up to your core body temperature of 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. This is a critical diversion of resources. That energy could have been used for vital processes like cellular repair, immune defense, or cognitive function. A 15-year study from Kyoto University involving 1,200 adults was revealing. Participants who consistently drank warm water in the morning and with meals experienced 32% fewer digestive issues and a 28% lower rate of chronic constipation. Think of your stomach as a cauldron simmering over a fire. This is your digestive fire, a concept from traditional Japanese medicine. Every time you pour in ice-cold liquid, you dampen that fire. The digestive process stalls. Modern science confirms this. Digestive enzymes function optimally at body temperature. Introducing cold substances can slash their efficiency by up to 40%. This leads to incomplete digestion, poor nutrient absorption, bloating, and fatigue. The Japanese application is elegantly simple. They begin their day with warm water or tea, not scalding, but comfortably warm. Meals are accompanied by warm miso soup or green tea, not a glass of ice water. Even during the sweltering heat of summer, they instinctively avoid shocking their system with cold items during or immediately before a meal. This doesn't mean giving up cold treats forever. It's about timing. The Japanese doctor's consensus is to wait at least 30 minutes after a meal before consuming anything cold. This allows your stomach to complete its primary digestive phase unhindered. To start embracing this, make warm water your default beverage. Keep a thermos handy. You'll be stunned by how quickly you notice a reduction in bloating and a surge in stable energy. Number 6. The window of opportunity you're missing. The eating schedule of Japanese centenarians appears deceptively simple, yet it is one of the most potent longevity tools ever discovered. They consume all their meals within a 10 to 12-hour window each day. This isn't just about calorie control. It's about activating a powerful cellular process. Dr. Yoshinori Nagumo, a renowned Japanese surgeon, championed this principle, which modern science calls autophagy. In 2016, the Nobel Prize in Medicine was awarded for research into this very process. Autophagy is your body's innate cellular cleansing and recycling system. When you give your digestive system a 12 to 14-hour break, this system shifts into high gear. It seeks out old, damaged, and dysfunctional cellular components, misfolded proteins, worn-out mitochondria, and breaks them down, recycling them into fresh, new parts. A 10-year study from the University of Tokyo tracked 2,000 adults. Those who consistently adhered to a 12-hour fasting window exhibited 43% lower rates of metabolic syndrome and 37% lower inflammation markers. The critical mistake people make is thinking this is about starvation. It's not. The Japanese eat fulfilling, nutrient-dense meals. They simply condense them into a specific time frame. A common pattern is breakfast at 7 a.m., lunch at noon, and dinner concluding by 7 p.m. This provides a 12-hour eating window and a 12-hour fasting period, which is a great starting point. Many naturally extend this to 14 hours. This simple shift stabilizes insulin levels, boosts human growth hormone for repair, and increases brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, a protein crucial for neuron protection and memory. The Okinawa and Centenarians study found that practitioners of this pattern had 60% lower rates of dementia. To adopt this, consistency is more important than immediate perfection. If you currently eat over a 16-hour window, for example 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., don't jump to an 8-hour window. Simply bring your last meal forward by 30 minutes each week. Your final meal should be satisfying but not heavy. Think fish, vegetables, a modest portion of rice, and miso soup. This prevents late-night hunger pangs while allowing your body's repair crew to work an uninterrupted night shift. Number 5. The 5-color medicine method. When Dr. Setsuo Yamada investigated Japanese villages with cancer rates 70% lower than the national average, he didn't find a magic pill. He found a rainbow on their plates. These communities instinctively consumed foods of 5 distinct colors every single day, a tradition passed down through generations. This isn't about aesthetics, it's about a symphony of phytonutrients. Red. Foods like tomatoes, red bell peppers, and strawberries are rich in lycopene and anthocyanins. These potent antioxidants protect your cardiovascular system. A Harvard study of nearly 47,000 men found that daily consumers of red foods had a 39% lower risk of stroke. Orange and yellow. Carrots, sweet potatoes, and oranges provide beta-carotene and flavonoids, essential for immune support and vision health. Research from Johns Hopkins linked adequate beta-carotene intake to a 56% lower risk of cognitive decline. Green. Spinach, broccoli, seaweed, and green tea are packed with chlorophyll, folate, and isothiocyanates. These compounds aid in detoxification and DNA repair. A Japanese study of 40,000 adults showed that daily green vegetable eaters had 45% lower rates of stomach cancer. White. Garlic, onions, cauliflower, and mushrooms contain allicin and beta-glucans, powerful immune boosters with anti-cancer properties. The Aichi Cancer Center Research Institute found that regular consumption of white vegetables was associated with a 34% lower cancer mortality rate. Purple and blue. Eggplant, blueberries, and purple cabbage are loaded with resveratrol and different anthocyanins that specifically protect the brain. UCLA researchers discovered these compounds can reduce brain aging by as much as 2.5 years. The true power lies in the synergy. The vitamin C in red peppers enhances the absorption of iron from green spinach. The healthy fats in avocado help your body absorb the carotenoids from orange sweet potatoes. It's a masterpiece of nutrition. A typical Japanese meal effortlessly achieves this: white rice, green seaweed, red pickled ginger, purple cabbage, and orange carrots in miso soup. Start by consciously adding one new color to each meal. Your body will reward you with vibrant energy.
Number 4. The 80% rule that adds years. Hara Hachi Bu. These 3 Japanese words translate to eat until you are 80% full, and they may be the single most powerful longevity secret from Okinawa, the world's longevity hotspot. This isn't just a quaint cultural practice, it's a way to biologically reprogram your aging process. Dr. Bradley Wilcox, a lead researcher in the Okinawa centenarian study, found that practitioners of Hara Hachi Bu naturally consume around 1,800 to 1,900 calories daily, compared to the 2,500 to 3,000 calorie average in America. This mild caloric restriction is the key. It activates powerful longevity genes known as sirtuins. Sirtuins are like the master regulators of cellular health, dialing down inflammation, improving metabolic function, and orchestrating cellular repair. Studies from Washington University on individuals practicing mild calorie restriction revealed astounding results. Their hearts looked 15 years younger on scans. The blood pressure, cholesterol, and inflammation levels were near perfect. The genius of Hara Hachi Bu is that it achieves this perfect caloric deficit without the stress of counting calories. So how do you know when you've hit 80%? The technique is mindful. Eat slowly. Pause frequently. Pay attention to the signals from your stomach. The moment you transition from hungry to no longer hungry, you stop. You should feel satisfied and light, not stuffed. It takes your brain roughly 20 minutes to receive and process satiety signals from your stomach. Fast eaters completely miss the 80% mark. A Kyushu University study found that fast eaters are 3 times more likely to be overweight and have double the risk of metabolic syndrome. Here are 2 practical Japanese techniques. 1. Put your utensils down between each bite. 2. Use smaller plates. Okinawans traditionally use 9-inch plates, not the 12-inch platters common in the West. A Cornell University study showed this simple change causes people to naturally eat 22% less without feeling deprived. Try it for just 1 meal. Eat slowly. Stop when you are no longer hungry, but could still eat more. Wait 20 minutes. You'll be amazed to find you are perfectly content. Number 3. The fermentation factor. Virtually every traditional Japanese meal is accompanied by a fermented food, and the reason for this is a game changer for health. Dr. Satoshi Sasaki of Tokyo University found that the gut microbiomes of Japanese centenarians are fundamentally different from those of younger adults. They possess incredible bacterial diversity, teeming with beneficial strains and very few inflammatory microbes. Their secret is the daily intake of probiotic powerhouses like miso, fermented soybean paste, natto, fermented soybeans, tsukimono, pickled vegetables, and even fermented fish. When researchers analyzed the gut flora of 1,000 Japanese centenarians, they found strains of bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids at 3 times the normal rate. SCFAs are miraculous compounds that reduce inflammation, fortify the immune system, and protect against cancer. Here's what happens when you make fermented foods a daily habit. These beneficial bacteria set up residence in your gut and begin producing compounds your body desperately needs. Vitamin K2 for bone and heart health, B vitamins for energy, and even neurotransmitters like GABA that regulate mood and sleep. A 20-year study following 90,000 people at the National Cancer Center in Tokyo found that those who regularly consumed fermented soy had a 27% lower risk of stroke and an 18% lower risk of heart disease. Even more fascinating is the gut-brain axis. The bacteria in your gut communicate directly with your brain via the vagus nerve. Japanese researchers have linked daily fermented food consumption to 40% lower rates of depression and anxiety. Start small. A spoonful of miso paste dissolved in hot water creates an instant nourishing soup. A small side of unpasteurized sauerkraut or kimchi with your dinner. Quality is key. Look for products that are live, raw, and unpasteurized to ensure the beneficial bacteria are intact. Your gut is a garden. Feed it well, and it will cultivate a lifetime of health. Number 2. The sequence solution. This secret is so simple it's almost unbelievable, yet it can reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes by over 40%. It's not what you eat, but the order in which you eat it. Groundbreaking research from Dr. Toshimasa Takanaga at Osaka Prefecture University has shown that a specific eating sequence has an impact that rivals some diabetes medications. The life-changing sequence is 1. Vegetables first. 2. Protein and fat second. 3. Carbohydrates last. Here's the science. When you begin your meal with vegetables, their fiber forms a viscous, mesh-like barrier in your small intestine. This physical barrier slows down the absorption of the foods that follow. When the protein and fats arrive next, they trigger the release of a hormone called GLP-1, which further slows stomach emptying and enhances insulin sensitivity. By the time the carbohydrates, like rice or bread, reach your intestine, your body is perfectly prepared. The glucose is absorbed slowly and steadily, preventing the dangerous spike and crash cycle. A study of 2,500 Japanese adults with prediabetes found that 68% reversed their condition simply by adopting this sequence, with no other changes to their diet. Research at Weill Cornell Medical College confirmed this in Westerners, showing 54% lower glucose spikes and 40% lower insulin spikes. This sequence also promotes natural weight management. The fiber from the vegetables and the satiety from the protein send fullness signals to your brain long before you get to the calorie-dense carbohydrates. To implement this, simply eat your salad or steamed vegetables entirely before moving on to your fish, chicken, or tofu. Save the rice, bread, or potatoes for the very end. Within days, you will notice the absence of the post-meal energy crash and a newfound mental clarity.
Number 1. The morning ritual that extends life by decades. This is the pinnacle, the number 1 habit that Japanese longevity doctors credit with adding up to 20 years to their lifespan. It is the ritual that 96% of Japanese centenarians follow without fail. Immediately upon waking, before brushing their teeth, before coffee, before anything else, they drink a specific amount of warm water. This is far more than simple hydration. Dr. Faridun Batman-Gelage extensive research, echoed by findings at Nagoya University, shows this practice initiates a cascade of cleansing biological processes. During sleep, your body is in detoxification and repair mode. Metabolic waste and toxins accumulate in your digestive tract and lymphatic system. Drinking approximately 640 milliliters, about 2.5 cups of warm water on an empty stomach acts as an internal shower. It flushes this accumulated waste out of your system through the kidneys and bowels. This intake immediately triggers the gastrocolic reflex, stimulating a healthy bowel movement and preventing the reabsorption of toxins. It also jump-starts your metabolism by up to 24% for the next 90 minutes. The temperature is non-negotiable. Warm water is absorbed more readily and gently, awakens your internal organs. Cold water would be a shock to the system. The Nagoya University study, which followed 5,000 adults for 2 decades, was conclusive. Those who practiced this morning water ritual had 37% lower all-cause mortality. They had significantly fewer heart attacks, strokes, and cancers. Here is the exact protocol. 1. Keep 640 milliliters of water by your bed. A thermos works perfectly. 2. Upon waking, drink it all within 5 minutes. 3. Wait 45 minutes before eating or drinking anything else. Initially, you might need the bathroom more often, but your body quickly adapts. Start with a smaller amount and work your way up. The benefits are profound. Clearer skin, soaring energy levels, effortless digestion, and the lifting of mental fog. It is the single most powerful, simple, and free longevity tool you can ever use. These 7 secrets, from food temperature to meal timing, work in harmony. They create a lifestyle that adds not just years to your life, but vibrant, energetic life to your years. Now we want to hear from you. Which of these 7 secrets shocked you the most? And which one will you try first thing tomorrow morning? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching.